Hello, this is Pixie doing another video. Oh, giant rock in the road, what the hell? Anyway, hypergamy seems quite an interesting subject actually. I've noticed that because I've got a certain amount of beta characteristics as a bloke, and it's because I grew up in a really, a matriarchal family, really. I mean, I did have a father, but he wasn't leading the way, you know. In certain aspects, my mum was more capable of dealing with it, and so that's why that happened. But I've noticed she has very strong views, and they always go against me in being very sort of, if I've got more masculine views and stuff, or things, it's kind of difficult because there's a resistance there, and I'm thinking, why is there a resistance there? And it's because she pegged me as some beta male, and she, in essence, is grooming me and keeping me there under a certain level because as a resource. There's like, you know, it's like there was a plan that's biologically in her brain, so she might have thought, well, I have so many sons and I wouldn't mind a daughter. But this is why sometimes daughters don't get along with their mothers, because they're rivals in their hypergamy mind, like they're rivals to other males and things, you know. It's just something very biological. It's outside of the social norms. It's Kali, it's nature. It's the natural form. So yeah, it's one of the things to research hypergamy. So I think also women respect you for resisting them more if they're trying to groom you into this type of male. And the problem is our home rhythms are quite different. Now there's probably some other things. Most women know what manipulates men. Food. I'll tell you what, if they eat them, if a male eats, he's going to become more beta straight after that, because it's the same after he's had sex, basically. He's more beta. So if you wanted him, so if you had a nice chat and afterwards or whatever, you know, he maybe has a snooze, and then afterwards, when he does wake up, you have a chat, you kind of increased these feminine aspects of his character. And then there was also some theories about things. Well, basically, when you share body fluids, because a male has got more testosterone, that you may be chemically sharing that with a female, so it may actually have some kind of help. It might help her estrogen levels or something. So there's times in the month where it's good because you're getting that kind of energy release, and equally there may be the estrogen is being transferred into the male, and as a result, that's why he's a bit knocked out afterwards, and his behaviour might change as well. But yeah, I mean, basically a man can get manipulated at certain points in the day. Other days he's going to be more alpha resistant. When he's tired, he's not going to want to comply. When he's stressed out, he may go into some sort of solo mind state where he wants to deal with it. Leave it to me. And the thing is, you do. See, this is sometimes women don't know when to leave it. They're not very good, or they think they've actually got him on. He's weakening, but all they're doing is reinforcing his anger. And so there's a time to step away, and there's a time to engage. You know, if he's gone off and doing something, giving him a bit of no contact is probably good. You know, let him do it, and then he'll come back to you. And when he comes back to you, when he's coming to you, he's coming more beta back to you. See, there's behaviour patterns there. Something's more receptive rather than, well, maybe he's annoyed. He might think, well, bloody, you didn't contact me for ages. What's going on? But he still might have the beta characteristics because there's a need there. There's a neediness. Or if he just sort of goes even more colder on you, then obviously it may show you chemically he's not kind of so codependent as you first thought. So the model doesn't always work, and it's difficult. It's the Pied Piper. Your hormones are playing you along as well as you in trying to engage him, and you're using a lot of subconscious driving mechanisms in the brain, Now I've got great because I guess with myself I can adjust pretty quickly some of my thinking, so I can acknowledge this and take this on. And just got to look at different patterns. So things like how people dress and how they perceive. And men are the same. If men dress in a certain way, they might be because they want to attract. If they're making themselves look smart, they're looking to attract certain people in. If they're wearing things very masculine, maybe they try to attract other men to communicate with. There may be different strategies that they're putting into play. Or if they're dressing down, maybe they want to engage with men because they're not there looking for women. They're looking for male contact. It may work different in same-sex relationships, like hypergamy and stuff. It's either going to work very well or whatever. There may be other things in this hypergamy that the body has synchronises. So if two women are together, for instance, they may start to synchronise it. If there's strong feelings and stuff, they may synchronise their periods and stuff together. I don't know. This is theoreticals. So, this might sound gross, but one of the most powerful things women have is sex on men. And one of the most powerful things that men have over women is violence. They can counter each other. Or when they're at war, you've got both, basically, quite a sort of mixture of volatile emotions and sexual energy. But yeah, sex is one of the most powerful weapons a woman has over a man. It's when he doesn't... Ooh, let's have a look. Yeah, it's fine. Depending on his access. If he damages access sexually to women, other women and stuff, then violence, I guess, if you can subdue him, he can't be violent. But they're the things they fear. Don't fear. Men don't really fear women coming on to them. But sometimes it's uncomfortable. Depends if it's a whole group of women and you're trying to get on and do something. You don't want somebody playing games or being crazy around you. But equally, if a man's thrown a temper tantrum, he's not very attractive. Some women might find him attractive. They see the power potentially of this individual. So they're the kind of weapons of love and war, really, is violence. And a power to construct, I guess. And for men, maybe it's nurture and love. That's. But there's times where the patterns are, you can counteract each other, or you can create a more beta environment or a more alpha environment. Maybe that's the best way to look at it. Anyway, speak sign off and speak to you soon.